Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another installment of Scott Selections here for Monday, November 2nd. Before we get into today's play day, a quick recap of what happened yesterday. A lot to recap in the NFL. We ended up going 1-2. Pretty unfortunate. I'm still salty about one of the losses because that was a pretty bad beat. But to go through everything, we ended up winning with the Browns and Raiders first half under. The weather was atrocious. He ended up having a 3-3 score at the half. Sweat-free win. No worries there. I ended up picking up a loser with the two-pick parlay with the Titans and Packers. Both of them lost, actually, so that didn't really matter. Wasn't really close. And we ended up losing the bad beat special of the weekend, which was the very nice first half under between the Saints and the Bears. We had the under 21. There were 16 points with about, a minute and a half to go. The only thing we needed to avoid was a Breeze touchdown from the Saints. What was it? First and 10. It was first and 10 at the 17-yard line with 8 seconds left. So anything completed in just pretty much in front of the end zone was guaranteed to result in a field goal. And yet, for some reason, the Bears just didn't put everybody in the end zone. And Jared Cook was wide open, caught a touchdown with 3 seconds left in the half, which sent it over. So we ended up losing on a pretty back-breaking touchdown there. But either way, ended up going 1-2. Happens. So I'll look to bounce back here on Monday. Of course, there's really nothing on the card with the exception of Monday Night Football. So that's where we're going to be going in a matchup between the Buccaneers and the Giants. And for the play of the day, we're going to be looking at a player prop here. I've had it pretty tough to find a ton of value with any of the plays, but there was one play in particular that jumped off the page for me, and that is going to be on Wayne Gallman over 2.5 receptions. It's available on DraftKings at plus 110. A time recording of 10:08 a.m. Eastern Time. Now, first of all, for comparison purposes, BetOnline has this prop available with Gallman over at minus 114. So you're already picking up 20-something cents of juice just by using some line shopping, etc. But the reason why I like Gallman over 2.5 receptions for the Giants is a couple reasons. First of all, it's very tough to predict when it comes to teams' game plans, and that kind of leads to some volatility. However, one thing you can predict properly is the snap percentages and how often the specific player is going to be on the field. And the reason why that is important is because of the fact that since Devontae Freeman is out for this game, Wayne Gallman should be on the field for the majority of the snaps. Last week, Freeman got injured very early on, and Gallman took over a 53% offensive snap percentage. With Freeman out, I expect Gallman to probably climb to around 65, maybe 70%. I know Dion Lewis is a pass-catching specialist or so, but he has yet to record more than 2 receptions in a game this season, and he also is extremely small. So the Giants definitely prefer to use Gallman in the early down situations. Gallman, who ended up barely playing in the first couple of games this season because of Barkley being there as well as Freeman, etc. He wasn't really much of a pass catcher, but that changed last week as Gallman in the, I'd say, the improved upon role. He ended up catching 5 passes for 20 yards against the Eagles. I think Gallman should be on the field enough to catch some dump-off passes, especially as the Giants have to face off against this very, very lethal Tampa Bay pass rush. I could see a ton of Daniel Jones dump-off passes and checkdowns, but I think Gallman should be able to get to at least 3 in this game. Tampa Bay is very good defensively, of course, against opposing wide receivers and against the running game. However, when it comes to stopping opposing running backs from catching the ball, it's actually been their Achilles heel. If you look at it, they've played so far this season in 7 games, and in 6 of the 7 games, the opposing starting running back has recorded at least 3 or more receptions. So, in other words, the Buccaneers are very good at getting after the quarterback and stuff like that, but when it comes to stopping opposing running backs from catching the ball, really not that great. And I think that Gallman should be on the field enough, especially after recording 5 receptions against the Eagles. You also had Dion Lewis losing a fumble last week. It's going to be Gallman's day. He's going to get a decent amount of touches. And if game flow should dictate the Buccaneers blowing it open as they're favored by double digits, you should see a lot of passing situations late in games. And I do think that Gallman should be able to be the recipient of a couple of dump-off passes to get him over this 2.5 at plus 110. I think this line should be closer to minus 120, minus 115 or so, but at plus 110, pretty solid deal there. And that's going to be where we're going for the play of the day. So the play of the day, once again, here for Monday, November 2nd, is going to be on Wayne Gallman over 2.5 receptions, which is available on DraftKings at plus 110. That's been the installment Scott Selections. Good luck to all of you and your respective bets today. Bye, everyone.